I am speaking on behalf of my colleagues at the St. Kitts Biomedical Research Foundation. And as we all know, St. Kitts has many unique qualities, one of which includes the monkeys that inhabit the island. And that is the reason for the existence of the St. Kitts Biomedical Research Foundation, and the reason that the island is known for the quality of science performed. We also know that the monkeys are terrible for our crops and gardens, but they are an excellent resource for biomedical research. And this relates to the important shared biology between the green monkey and humans, and we employ them to study and advance therapeutics for diseases of the brain, eye, ear, heart, and for other conditions. One thing that we do not do is engage in direct study of infectious disease, and this relates to the fact that the St. Kitts green monkey is free of many of the diseases that are common to primates of Asian and African origin, and as such they are a very biologically clean population, and we aim to keep them so. And for that reason, we have long practiced safe primate research in which we are employing masks, gloves, and other appropriate protective equipment and precautions to conduct the research that we perform at the St. Kitts Biomedical Research Foundation, again with a focus both on reducing risk of human to monkey transmission as well as monkey to human transmission. As we know, the COVID coronavirus did originate from animals, most likely the horseshoe bat. And we also know that the coronavirus can be transmitted from humans to other animals, notably dogs and cats, which has been documented. What has not yet been documented is the actual transmission of the coronavirus from humans to wild monkeys or from wild monkeys to humans. We have, however, been in close communication with colleagues at national primate centers in the United States, where they have the biocontainment capacity to conduct live virus testing, and they have demonstrated that the green monkey can be infected with the COVID coronavirus. These were studies that were performed under the circumstance of delivering large doses of virus directly into the airway of the monkeys. We do not know how susceptible monkeys are in more likely transmission scenarios where a monkey may be in proximity to an infected human. But I think it is safe to conclude that there is a risk of transmission from humans to monkeys and onward between monkeys and possibly back to humans. And circumstances under which this might happen here in St. Kitts could certainly include laboratory settings like our own, but that is exactly why we practice the precautions that we do. Other circumstances could include situations in which monkey trainers are placing infant monkeys on tourist shoulders for photographs. Certainly that's not happening much now with the constraints on travel, but that is a practice that should be revisited, not only for relevance to coronavirus, but for other transmissible diseases like tuberculosis. Certainly consuming monkeys would be another route of direct transmission, but I'm sure most of you are concerned about the monkey that may be in your backyard picking flowers and fruit. And I think in that scenario, the risk is comparatively low. First, they are frequently at a distance beyond the range at which airborne droplets are spread. And secondly, many of the surfaces that they may be in contact with will at one point over the course of a day also be in direct exposure to the bright St. Kitts sun, which is very effective at eliminating viruses by the intense ultraviolet light. But as we know, risk is relative, and I think on the scale of risk, the likelihood of being exposed to coronavirus through a contact with a traveler from Miami or New York is quite high, whereas a risk of exposure from a wild monkey is comparatively low. And to keep that risk even lower, we certainly strongly advocate distancing yourself from monkeys. We ourselves at the St. Kitts Biomedical Research Foundation do not conduct any testing of samples from our animals nor from humans because we do not have that capacity. But what we are engaging in is social distancing, wearing masks, wearing gloves, washing hands, and practicing many of the precautions that many of the rest of you are doing throughout the island to great effect, and we strongly encourage that. What we also are not doing at the research facility is conducting live virus studies in which we are looking at efficacy of vaccines or therapeutics, because again, we do not want to put our animals, staff, or the island at risk of exposure. But what we have been doing is supporting therapeutic development programs that are related to COVID and can be conducted without that live virus component. And I think our ability to do that really highlights the value of the St. Kitts green monkey to science and society, especially at times like these. So I would welcome questions on the matter, and thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you about our safety here on the island as it pertains to the other species we inhabit the island with. Thanks.